Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the black owned makeup tutorial. It is kind of like a challenge because you are trying to figure out which brands you can purchase from because you're limited to a certain amount of products. And that's what I loved about this challenge, if you will, because you literally get to step out of your comfort zone and try things that you probably wouldn't have tried if you did this challenge. And I came across some fantastic products, so I'm so happy that you guys requested me to do this challenge, and I'm so happy that you guys were excited when I mentioned on my Snapchat that I wanted to partake in this challenge because I feel like it's so great to support these minority brands, especially because I feel like Black-owned companies, from what I've tried, are amazing. I can't wait to try so much more, and I feel like right now we're in a day and age where we need to empower the minority groups and we need to support those brands because I know for me, and probably for some of you guys as well, we always go to like Sephora and Ulta and just kind of, you know, stick with what we know. But it's always fun to step out of your comfort zone, support these Black-owned companies and other companies that are owned by Latinos, Asians, just any type of company, and really kind of lift up what they're doing. So I'll be seeing you guys very soon, and here is the video. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. First, we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyes. I actually already went ahead and taped it. We're going to be doing a smoky halo eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this beauty right here. It's the Juvias face palette. I am so close to the camera right now, but we need it for the eye action. And I'm going to be taking the color Zuba right here. And I'm actually first going to be starting with Burkina, then Zuba, and then we're going to take this look to the next level. I'm just going to be taking that Burkina kind of dark brown shade, and I'm just going to be placing it on the eye. You want to make sure that you really drag that color and blend it out as much as possible, because we want this to be really smoked out. So then after that, we're going to go ahead and go in with Zuba, which is that kind of purplish shade. Except with that, I'm going to take a more defined brush. I'm going to just put it in certain areas, just lightly. So we want to use the lightest hand so that it fades out soft and it doesn't look too intense. And we're going to start creating that halo smoky eye. So first we're going to go ahead and take this color right here. I'm so happy I am using the Juvia's Place company palette because their story and their background is just so cool. So it started off with this woman who started her company with $2,000, and her husband was like, just kind of like, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work. And I mean, look at her now. She's 2 years into her company, and her company is doing amazing. I tried my best to do as much research as I could on the brands that I was selecting because I wanted to make sure that, you know, they were up and coming brands. Not only that, but also brands that we kind of underestimate. Some of the products here are things that I wouldn't necessarily reach to if it wasn't for me doing this challenge, which I'm so happy that I did because I feel like it's so important for us to, you know, reach out to other things that are typicals and what's new and what's like hot now in Sephora, or just, you know, what's out there. I think it's so important for us to kind of go out and reach into new products. So for this look, I want to be a little dramatic, so I'm going to be going in with this blue right here. Super excited because I honestly have been so into like the naturals lately, but I want to do something out of my comfort zone. And I'm literally just going to pat that all on the center of the lid. You don't want to just leave it right in the middle because it will look kind of weird. You definitely want to kind of bring it as far as you can. So now I'm going to be using the Shea Moisture Moisturizer that I purchased. This is in Peace Rose Oil Complex. It's great for sensitive skin, it says, which I'm excited to try. Something that I really love about Shea Moisture that I read is that it's a family-owned company, and the grandmother actually started. And her family chose to carry on her company, and she's, you know, they're very proud to do that for her because she invested a lot of her time into this company, which I feel like a lot of us would definitely want to do for our grandparents or just family, is continue the legacy of a company that they've built. Face does feel nice and moisturized. It feels like a luxury moisturizer. Like, the packaging is so cute. It's a little jar and it just feels really like lightweight, not too thick. So this is a perfecting face powder in this shade Light. It has 2 shades in here, so I might end up mixing them up if I feel like they're a little too light, but I'm super excited to just kind of dust this all over my skin and give myself that nice healthy looking glow. Okay, so I think I really do like this powder, and I like the fact that it's kind of mattifying my face a little bit, so it looks nice. Do you guys see how the eyeshadow is starting to look good, like decent, like it's, you know, I'm going somewhere with it? Because I feel like whenever I wear just eyeshadow and I'm starting my makeup, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna give up. This looks like shiz. But now that I'm seeing it with the foundation, it starts to look put together. Taking my Shea Moisture Brow Kit, and it has 3 different shades. It has a shade that you can use to like neutralize the darkest color, and then you have some wax here so that you can lock those brows in place. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just honestly going to be filling in my brows with the darkest shade, and that's it. But we shall see here. About the bottoms. And then we have it. So it's just very simple. Once I start feeling like, oh, that doesn't look right, once I start overthinking it, that's when I'm like, okay, back away and just let it go. So far, I really like this. This is great stuff. It is a little pricey for drugstore. It's like $15.99 or $14.99, but I think it's worth it, especially if you want a more natural brow, you're not comfortable using a brow pencil, and you want to try the dip brow, but you're not ready for that yet. I feel like this is a really good in-between step. So now that I did that, I'm going to go in with the concealer. So I did test out the concealer. The concealer is a little too light for me. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it work. This is in the color Porcelain. It was the only shade available. I figured I can make it work somehow, but I don't know if I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to dot this in those areas where I see a little bit of darkness. So I'm going to take it right there and right there. That's it. Because it's so light that I want to make sure I do not use too much and then it look crazy. And then I'm just going to start kind of dispersing the color out. And you see how it just brightens up the under eye. So if you ever have a situation where you're doing somebody's makeup or you're doing your own makeup and you got a really light concealer and you just need to make it work for that moment, just literally dot the tiniest amount and put it right here in the area where you have the most darkness and start to just blend it out. Because as you will see, it definitely brightens it up, but it doesn't brighten it up all the way around where you look crazy. It just brightens it up right where you need it to be brightened up. You can automatically see the difference. This eye looks more awake. This eye looks a little downside. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking Iman makeup. And this is another makeup company that is Black owned, that is in Target, I think some Ulta stores. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these 2 shades right here, these 2 pretty ones. Kind of like bounce the product so that it looks natural. Do the same thing on the other side. Then for highlight, this was the tricky part because you guys know that I can't go anywhere without being highlighted. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be taking the Juvias Place Masquerade palette because God knows this palette is very pigmented, and I'm going to be taking these 2 shades right here, mixing them up and creating a beautiful highlight. Use that very beautiful pigmentation right there, and you will have something going on. And I'm just going, this palette is highlight approved as well. If you ever don't know what to use, then just use these two colors and you will be blinging. Take a little bit of this bronzer color right here that we have down below, and I'm going to be using that to bronze up my forehead a little bit. I just want to add some warmth back in there. For lashes, I'm going to be using the Lenas lashes in the style Jackie. I'm super excited to try them out. I've heard amazing things about Lenas lashes. So now we have our lashes on, and I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on our lower lashes. I'm going to be using the Shea Moisture Mascara. I'm going to be using the color Rob, and this is by the Lena Lashes New Liquid Lipsticks. This concludes the final product of my black owned only makeup tutorial, but I feel like it's the perfect kind of like into fall look. It has a dark lip, it has the dramatic eyes, just very vampy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you guys want to see more tutorials, then please thumbs this video up and let me know that you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye guys.